Absolutely. I don't even know. I don't know what. What? Okay. Hey, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley here, and if you are new, hey girl, hey! Make sure you click on that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll always be up to date with my latest tutorials. Alright, so today's video is sponsored by Arteza. They are an online art supply company, just like Michael's, AC Moore, all that stuff, except for they're online. So today I'm going to be showing you 3 different DIYs that you can do using their wood slices. Absolutely, I don't even know. I don't know what. Okay, so I was excited to do this because I've always wanted to do a wood slice DIY, but never have I ever done one. And today I'm going to be showing you 3 of them that you can do that are like versatile, all that stuff. You got it. Yes. So today that's what we're going to be doing. If you see anything that you like, I'm going to have a 10% off code down below that you can use. Metallic paints. The metallic paints are amazing, I'm just saying. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so the box that they send you is 45 wood slices, and it's pine wood, and they come in different shapes and sizes, and they also send you twine. So for our first DIY, I am going to be using 4 of these wood slices, and I'm actually going to cut off half so that it will be able to fit on this little scrap piece of wood that I had left over to make some cute little pumpkin home decor. Alright, so when I'm on my miter saw, I'm being very careful to cut these pieces, but I'm making sure that I'm cutting off where the holes are so that when we sit it down, they'll stand up straight. Alright, so now I'm going to start to paint the wood slices, and I'm going to be using their outdoor acrylic paint, and 20 comes in a box, so I'm just going to pick out all of the fall-like colors to use for our pumpkins. Alright, so now I chose Marshmallow White and Dijon, and so I'm going to mix those 2 colors together, and I've created this lighter color, so that's going to be my base. And I'm going to be doing the Gingham, I'm thinking it's Gingham because they're smaller checks, but it could be Buffalo check, I don't know. But that's what we're going to be doing on these wood slices. So the first thing I'm doing is painting my base. Alright, so now we're going to start working on the design. So I'm using washi tape. I'm using this washi tape because it's smaller. It's not as wide as like painter's tape, and this is a small wood slice. So I got this little tip from, is it Handmade HGTV? I don't know. It's one of those DIY channels by HGTV, and they said you use 1 strip, and then you take your other strip to guide where you need to place your other strip. And if I'm not making any sense, if you watch me do this, it will make sense, but you're basically gonna lay 1 piece down, all the pieces by each other, and then you can just pull 1 up so that it will be equal distance apart. Alright, so once I got those strips laid, I'm just going to paint them, and I am just basically using those same 2 colors, but I'm just making a darker color to place on top of my lighter color. Alright, so after those strips are nicely painted and dried, which this paint dries really fast, you would literally think it's chalk paint, but I'm just going to remove those strips, and I'm going to do that same thing horizontally. Alright, so now I have my strips laid down horizontally, and I'm going to use the same exact color that I used, so make sure you mix enough, and I am going to paint my horizontal lines. Okay, so now I have my vertical and horizontal lines painted, and now I'm just going to go back with my washi tape, and I'm going to go over the areas that don't have any paint at all. So I'm going to do that horizontally and vertically. right, so now I'm going to take the color Dijon and I'm just going to add that to the top. So this is just the original color. If you want to mix again, you can, but I'm just using the original color and I'm going to paint the areas that aren't covered. Okay, so once you start to remove your tape, you're going to see your design. If you're like me, I have some bleed through, but if you have your colors like left over, like you made enough paint, you'll be able to clean up, you know, the areas that need to be cleaned up. But if not, just make sure, you know, your tape is sticking really nicely so you don't have any bleed through. Okay, so now I'm just gonna clean up my bark, and to do that, I'm gonna be using the color Chocolate, and I'm just going to cover up those paint marks, and I'm also going to be using the Arteza paint marker, and it's just like a reddish tone brown to hide those areas as well. So I went outside and I picked up some sticks, and now all I'm going to do is break these in half, and I'm going to add them to the tops of my wood slices to make them look like pumpkins. Okay, and the last step, I'm just going to take this dollar store wooden leaf sticker. I stained it. The color is Briar Smoke, and I'm just going to add it to this little pumpkin here, and that's it. Okay, so on to our next DIY. So for this one, I'm just going to be using this scrap piece of wood, and I'm actually not even going to be using this wood because I found another piece that wasn't stained. But I'm just going to take my wood slices and I'm going to add them on top, and I'm going to mark off where I need to cut on my miter saw. All right, so now I'm just going to stain this piece using my favorite wood stain right now, which is Briar Smoke by Rust-Oleum. So the next step to this is I'm just going to be taking the color Charcoal Black, and I am just going to paint the center of each of these wood slices. Okay, so now I'm going to take the gold paint marker and I'm going to write B-O-O on the wood slices, which spells, of course, boo. These paint markers do work well. The only thing is I wish it was chisel tipped. They're round tipped, and I'm a chisel tipped girl. But other than that, these markers do work well. Just make sure you shake them and you pump them and keep them upright. All right, so now I'm gonna take this cute buffalo check ribbon that I got from Joann's, and since it is very wide, I'm just going to cut up the middle to make it a little smaller, and then I'm going to add that into the holes and tie it around to make that cute little ribbon that you see at the top. And the last step to this DIY is, of course, adding this to the wood. So again, you can use your E6000 or your glue gun to do this. If you want this piece to be maybe something that you hang up, you can add a sawtooth hanger to the back. Moving on to the last DIY, and I'm just gonna be using 4 of these wood slices. I'm gonna be doing that same thing that I did with the black, but I'm using the chocolate and marshmallow white, mixing them together, making it lighter, and painting the center of these wood slices. So for each of these wood slices, I am going to do a different design on them. So for this first one, I'm going to be using the metallic paint. I absolutely love the metallic paint. First of all, let me just get that out. I said that earlier, but I do love the metallic paints. I used it in a previous DIY. If you haven't seen it, again, I'm going to have that linked down below, but I love the metallic paints. So for this one, I'm just going to be putting some pumpkins on here. And then I'm going to put, of course, Hello Pumpkin. And then all of the other ones, I'm going to be going between the metallic paints and the acrylic paints and the paint markers to create different designs on each of the wood slices. I am going to turn these into magnets. So I got these magnet clips from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove the magnet part. Did I say remove or move? I think I said move. But I'm going to remove the magnet part from the back using my box cutter. If you have something else, you can use that. If not, just be very, very careful when you're using your box cutter. And I'm going to remove that back, and literally all I did was just add it to the back of the wood slice because the adhesive was so strong that it's still stuck on there. So I just wanted to add this clip in here so you can see that these do stick and they do stay up when you add them to wherever you want to add them to. This is on the side of my fridge, and these can also double as little cup holders if you have a small cup. Not a cup holder, a coaster if you have a small cup. Alright, so that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, as always, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And make sure you comment down below to let me know what you think, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!